Why, hello there. I'm Sin. We are in the Book Nook, and today we are going to talk about a five-star read, and that is Harriet Tubman live in concert by Bob the Drag Queen. The Great Return has happened, and Harriet Tubman has come back, and she's contacted Darnell to produce her new album so that they can go out on tour and she can tell her story and spread her message. The good God above told Harriet that Darnell is the person to do this. And Darnell is kind of freaking out because, like, Harriet Tubman is his idol. All this self doubt and stuff kind of eating him up, and his career's kind of faltered over the years because of something that happened with another musician that he was working with that outed him before he was ready to be outed. They were supposed to come out together, and that kind of made his career sort of spiral, and stuff was weird. And so he's kind of in a weird frame of mind. But he's going to work with Harriet freaking Tubman, and they're going to put this album together. And it's such a beautiful and heartbreaking and emotional story as Harriet and her band. You have all these different people that were around in the times that Harriet was around that she freed. And then you also have this odd, short little Quaker man who is their DJ Quakes, that is part of their band. Yeah, there's just a lot of moments that calls to Darnell's attention. Like, there's a point where it's one of the singers in the band named Odessa, and she's like, they go out to eat, and they're getting to know each other. And Darnell kind of spends time with each member of the band, and he's a little like overwhelmed by Harriet, and he's hanging out with this woman Odessa, and she's like, what does he do with all this freedom? And Darnell's kind of taken aback because he doesn't really think about it. And then being around all these people who were in slavery and seeing and hearing what they gone through and their stories, and just how when they have this conversation, Odessa is like, telling them about being a slave, and she goes and she says the white slave owners, they would call you lazy even though you work more than you sleep. They call you stupid even though you engineer food from garbage, basically from the scraps from their tables or whatever they could, find. And they call you dangerous without acknowledging their part in it. And there's just so many things that come to light that you don't think about, or we don't think about, or even have that idea in our brain, because even though it's in the past, it's not that far away. And, you got horrible people in charge who are trying to take stuff backwards, and it sucks. This is a book I feel like everyone should read. Bob the Drag Queen wrote an amazing book. It pulls you in right away, like right from the first page. And then, you get Harriet's story, like how seeing certain moments in time, being a slave, and her mother had what would be her last son. And, they're always looking to sell off the kids and whatnot. And there was a white man who kept hanging around and wanted to take her baby away. And one day he came to Harriet's mama's house. Her mom had a stick, and she was like, if you come into this house and you try to take my son, I'm gonna crack you over the head. And like, just the way in her presence apparently scared the crap out of this guy, and he left and he didn't come back. And that was the moment Harriet realized she was powerful and that she could do something. And she realized she didn't want to be a slave anymore, and that she could never enjoy that freedom if she couldn't help other people to get there. And she wasn't about to stop. So that was like her life's purpose, and that was that. And then so she wants to go on tour and tell everyone and spread this message and like share the story of all this. And there's so many just heartbreaking and beautiful moments in this. I flew through it. I think I read it in like 2 days. And then you get Darnell's story too. And he doesn't want to tell Harriet Tubman he's gay too, because she's super like, praise God. God tells her and directs her where to go and what to do. And so he doesn't want to share that part of herself, but she wants to set him free too, because she sees that he is still not fully free. And you get the story of what happened with him. You see the reasons why he was afraid to open up, and especially with like a lot of times religious people have a hard time of accepting other things that aren't inside their little stupid box. So one of the things too that like you get too from talking to one of the other people that were in her band, the little Quaker dude, because Darnell doesn't believe in God, or he doesn't really know what he believes, and he's not really sure. And so, the Quaker dude, DJ Quakes, is talking to him, and he's like, religion should be a force for bringing people together, not for tearing them apart. And it seems like a lot of these days religion seems to tear people apart, and that's not what it's supposed to be about. And that's effed up. And that's effed up that people use it to justify their hatred. And that is why I frickin' do not like organized religion. I think it's something that people try to use to control people. The intended use was not what it's turned into, and it sucks. There's just moments of clarity and moments like that just they speak to you. And man, I cannot recommend this book enough. It's a message for those willing to listen and open their hearts and minds and see through someone else's eyes and put your feet in someone else's shoes. And it's a truly fantastic book. Highly recommend. 5 stars. Go read it today. It's awesome. And if you enjoyed hanging out today, hit that subscribe button, come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.